Hey everyone, Chasta here. Welcome to Soundwaves TV. We're calling this episode Virtual Swagger. I know, sounds strange. Let me explain. Virtual because I'll be joining Midnight Sinfini on the virtual reality set of their latest music video. And swagger because in our mass debate, we'll ask the question, what is more important in a musician, technical ability or swagger? This is Soundwaves TV. Here we are for our virtual episode of Soundwaves TV.
And it really looks like we're really here, doesn't it?
I know. It's like we're here. It's crazy. It's like we're drinking beer. It's so weird.
Car and Yane just put us together.
Okay, so seriously, though, you have to explain to me what we're doing because this is so crazy. One of our local bands, Midnight Sinfini, they are doing a virtual reality music video, and then I'm going to go into that virtual set and interview them, right?
Correct. So take a look at this. This is the music video we're going to show you later on for Midnight Sinfini's new song, Wasteland. Everything you see right here is created inside the computer, which, if you're a gamer, you understand the idea that there's this complete 3D virtual space. You can walk through it and you can do everything. But what we're going to do is we're going to put you in that music video. We're not going to, Yane is going to, and he's the crazy mastermind behind all things virtual with that band.
What's mind-blowing is here we are in Pacifica, and then Yane is in Mountain View.
Right.
One of the members, Sarah, is in San Jose, I think. And then Julia, who will also be with us, will be from Seattle. Like, what? And we're all going to be in a desert in Mad Max Wasteland.
Pretty much.
You remember in The Matrix where you actually had to physically get plugged into the Matrix and everything? Well, they're going to do that with you, but it's not going to be in the back of your neck.
It's not going to hurt like that? Wait, hold on. What did I sign up for?
Welcome to Chasta's world.
There is still a shred of innocence in Chasta's world.
Wow. Not for long.
Believe it or not, yeah. Okay, so go down this rabbit hole of virtual reality because...
Pardon the pun.
Get out of here. Because I feel like this is where we're headed. Like, this feels like... I mean, Yane seems to be one of the first to do this.
I believe the first music video,
to be shot like
and
that.
certainly first music video / celebrity interview, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But you're seeing it a lot. You're seeing it on a lot of sci-fi TV, Star Trek and The Mandalorian and all the Star Wars shows they use it. And you can kind of tell when the background's a little out of focus and is way more elaborate than it should be for like a 3-second shot.
Yeah.
You know, or you were talking about...
$18.99.
Right,
so this is a show I've been watching on Netflix. And it's done so beautifully and so well, but I thought to myself, how did they shoot this? Because it's all in the ocean and multiple ships and all these things. And I thought they had to have an insane budget, but I guess this is probably what they used.
Remember, like Waterworld would have gotten a whole lot less shit if this technology existed. Because like back when they made that movie, they had to haul a thing out to the sea.
Right.
Now all you have to do is build a set, light it with this surround sea and blow some wind on you, and suddenly you're out on the ocean.
It's
incredible.
See, I mean, there's a big difference between back in the old days. Like if you go back to the Superman movies or TV shows, you'd have a screen in the background that had clouds blowing by, and then you'd have George Reeves laying on a table and somebody flapping his cape, and that's flying through. And then when you got to the Christopher Reeve films, well, then they had the back projection, and he was able to move. They moved him, and they moved the camera around a little bit, but not a lot. And then you get to the point where the character is CG and the background is CG and everything is all in the computer. But this is another step forward and a better step because you can put a physical human being into any setting with this virtual background. And as the camera moves, the background moves.
Yeah.
So you're in this reality. Well, you've got a human person standing on a set with all the stuff going on behind him, whether it's a big set like on Star Trek where they have the whole engine room set. And the whole, from this point back, it's all on that computer screen. But as the camera moves around and follows the characters, the whole background shifts as well, and it's all tied together. So you're actually in that 3D space, which is very similar to your interview with Yane, because we were able to go from this part of the landscape that he created over to where you're having your interview all at the same time, and it's all happening at the same time, and it's all in the computer.
It is a wild time to be alive.
It is.
Holy
It is.
shit.
It's super cool. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be great.
For sure. All right.
I'm not sure if you're ever coming back once you get sucked into the
I know,
Matrix.
that's what I'm
'cause
starting
we
to-
may have to end the show without her. I mean,
Yeah, and you scared me. Like, I don't even know what's about to happen right now. I'm like, oh God.
Okay. Chasta will be right back, or will she?
And on
Stick
that
around.
note, I think it's time to wrap it up here. Let's throw it in the back with Morris Night. Take it away.
Wait.
Save us.
You got that wrong. Morris Mother Effin' Night.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're Mother Effin' Night.
Hey, you guys, thank you very much. Morris Night here on Soundwaves TV, hanging out, enjoying myself, enjoying all the things that we're bringing to you guys today. I'm so thrilled. We're doing our 40th anniversary here of Soundwaves TV. That means that I got started with this program when I was like 2, so I'm really digging that. we're still around. We haven't gone away just yet, and we never will. But hey, it's all about the music. It's all about videos, and let's check this one here out. This is from Nomad Skyline. This is Wasting Time, something I'm very familiar with in more ways than one. Check this out, you guys.
Hey, you're watching Soundwaves TV. That was Nomad Skyline and Wasting Time. I don't know about you, but that video makes me want to put my phone down. But if you're watching this on your phone, don't put it down. We're special content here at Soundwaves TV. Coming up, our very first live virtual reality interview with Midnight Sinfini. We'll have a tribute to beloved Bay Area radio personality JV, and we'll have the first mass debate of the season. The question, what is more important, being a great singer or having swagger? But first, we have a brand new feature to get into. I'm so excited about this. It's called Brews Tunes. What is it? Well, it's pretty damn self-explanatory. And if you think of beer and rock and roll put together, you think of Joe Hawk.
What is going on, everybody? Joe Hawk here for Brews and Tunes. And we are here at the home of the Soundwaves beer, Into the Groove, Devil's Canyon Brewing Company in San Carlos. We're going to be talking to a few of my friends here at the brewery to get the insight to Devil's Canyon and their music scene. So let's check it out. So I'm here with Kenzie, who is the Director of Marketing and Strategy for Devil's Canyon Brewing. And first of all, Kenzie, how long has Devil's Canyon been here? I know it's been a long time.
Yes, it's been a long time. So we're going on our 22nd year now. We just celebrated our big 21 last October with a big birthday party. And
which you can actually see that episode on SoundwavesTV.com.
That is right. Yep, you guys are back for that one too.
When it comes to the general public coming to Devil's Canyon, when can they come through and check out some of the local music?
So Friday nights are our big nights. So from 4 to 10, we have live music, food trucks. We have 2 bars that are open. Families are welcome. Dogs are welcome. It's awesome.
And of course, free admission, which is always great.
Absolutely.
And what's even better is that you can come and have the Soundwaves TV beer Into the Groove, right?
Yep. We have Into the Groove on tap today.
And now I'm here with Mike McKee, the sales manager of Devil's Canyon Brewing Company. Mike, what do you think really makes Devil's Canyon set aside from a few of the other music venues here on the peninsula?
I think the main thing is it's the people. It's the employees that we have here. It is the local feel that we have. Most of the employees live in the area. The bands that we get, the food trucks that we get.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Joe Hawk here for Brews and Tunes. And don't forget to check out Devil's Canyon, all their social medias, at Devil's Canyon on Instagram, Facebook.com, Devil'sCanyonBrewingCompany.com. Get out here for their Beer Fridays. Check out all the incredible music and bands that they have coming through. And also, don't forget to check out and get a pint or a 4-pack of Into the Groove IPA. For Brews and Tunes and Soundwaves TV, I'm Joe Hawk. Cheers.
What's up, you guys? Morris Knight here on Soundwaves TV. And hey, you know what? When we get back, we're going to go to another mass debate. And this time, it's all about this question right here. It's one of my favorite topics because sometimes I feel this way. What's more important? What do you guys think is more important? For a singer to have swagger or actually real singing ability? Well, you know what? We'll let you know when we come back.
Your home is your biggest asset, and whether to sell or hold is a major decision. David Siplin will help you with the information to make the right call and assist with the sale of your property and the purchase of a new home. Contact David today for an in-person or remote appointment.
Check out Soundwaves TV on all our social media accounts. Deleted scenes, extended interviews, the latest announcements, and official playlists. The Bay Area plays here. Hit us up everywhere at Soundwaves TV.
The official Soundwaves beer, Into the Groove, is available on tap and in cans at Devil's Canyon Brewing Company in San Carlos. From Beer Fridays to live performances, a tasting room, and a beer garden, your next party is at Devil's Canyon.
So Joey, here's the thing. I mean, we've been doing these mass debates on the episodes for a while now.
Yep.
So we had the brilliant idea of doing it live.
Oh,
to
I
actually
know.
mass debate in front of a whole room full of people.
I love masturbating in front of people.
So, yeah,
It was just, it's just, there's nothing like it.
Because we figured as long as we were there and people were there, we would just, because when we have our mass debate, the group of us here, it's great because we interact with each other and we kind of bounce off of each other and everything. But to have people in the audience actually participating in the process, it seemed like a good idea.
I know. It's like, it was almost like everyone in there was masturbating.
Join us, won't you?
No, but it was actually, it was actually just a lot of fun to be able to just, it's like just to have the crowd there and just all of us be able to get together, because in the studio we weren't able to get everyone around the table all the times, and so not everyone is able to participate, even though sometimes they had, like a strong,
opinion about
point or
something.
opinion, and it was just great to get everyone out there and it just have at it. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy this as well. This is a whole group of us sitting in front of a great crowd at a Longboard Margarita Bar with one of our live mass debates where we're talking about what's more important, style or swagger when it comes to rock and roll. Check it out.
All right, everybody, it is Mass Debate Live time. Woo! We begin with one of the more pressing, important topics ever in the history of rock and roll. The question is, when it comes to your singers or lead singers or even performers in general, could be guitarists, what is the most important? Swagger and style or technical ability?
Well, you got to take a look at where this performance is coming from. If you're just listening to it on the radio, obviously you've got to have the technique there. But if it's going to be on a stage, if it's going to be in a movie, if it's going to be on a music video, you got to throw a little style behind it. You got to have that swagger. You got to sell the sizzle with the steak. You know what I mean? And if you want to go back to like Elvis Presley, I mean, he was the king of swagger. He was the first. I mean, yes, there were
From the neck up.
Now, there's no doubt about it that there were guys in the 30s and the 40s that had that style and they had that swagger and
That
everything.
started that style, but go ahead.
No, but
Before it was appropriated.
Oh,
He was
and
right
you went
there
there.
with him, though.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
right there with him when it was happening. Elvis was right there with him when it was happening.
Yeah, so you have no problem with Elvis being that
love
guy.
Elvis.
See?
Yes, one of my favorites.
Yeah. So he was a combination of that swagger and the style, and that works. And then you get more into contemporary or pop music kind of thing. You've got people like Madonna, who has the swagger and the style, but she also had the technique. You know, you get
That's
somebody.
arguable.
No.
I'm like, what?
But no, you'll get your chance.
Okay.
Well, on a sliding scale,
Yeah.
like
Or
Britney
sliding
Spears
pole,
has
or,
swagger and
Sliding
style, but she
Instagram.
has
All right,
no technical ability
But Joan
whatsoever.
Jett, for instance, you're not
Yeah.
going to say that she doesn't have swagger and technique.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So this was my topic
This
that I
was.
brought to the table
Yes.
because I was thinking of, I know everybody's gonna be surprised, Janis Joplin. So a lot of people would say that Janis doesn't have technical ability to the max. She's not an Ann Wilson. I know, I'm with you, Bear. She's not an Ann Wilson. But to me, I would rather have somebody who has a good voice or pretty good voice, great voice, whatever, not the most amazing voice ever, but if I can feel them and they're bleeding for me and it comes from way down deep, the depths of their soul, I will take that a million times.
Yep.
A million times over somebody who has just a classical, beautiful voice.
Right,
Because you can
right.
always feel that performance.
You can
always
feel it.
It makes you want to join in
Yes.
and in that vibration.
Gives you
know?
the goosies.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, a good example, like Bon Scott of AC/DC.
Yeah.
That guy, definitely, you could hit the notes when he could, but when he got up on stage, he was an animal. And
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Made the scene. And the whole,
right.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think swagger and style and technical ability, I think it also depends on the genre that you're playing from.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you don't want technical ability in hip hop.
Right.
You know, it's
'Cause
just
they damn
like,
sure don't have it
you know, it just, you
these
know,
days.
'cause you need the swagger. You need the well, they don't have it. You're right. But it's like, and like, you know, rock and roll. It's like, you know, it's like you don't want, you need the swagger and the style because that's rock and roll.
Sure.
Part of the
You know,
package.
and but it's like classical music. You don't need people like playing the violin and then bow drop. You know, it's like
Yo-Yo Ma, he's
You know-
smashing.
Oh my
Bow drop.
So, okay,
Hashtag
the
Bull
age-old conversation, the age-old debate, David Lee Roth versus Sammy Hagar. David Lee Roth was nothing but swagger. Sammy could hold a tune. I'm sorry, but the band got kind of boring then, you know?
Yeah.
So I think the swagger turned them into a party band. Same band, different singer.
Yeah.
I think it matters.
Yeah. I always like Steve started off saying it depends on the situation. If they're in the studio, yeah, you got to really nerd out and do your thing, right? I think that's where it's important. However, when you're in stage in front of people, it's time to let it loose. And because they're out there looking for a great time, and if it looks like you're partying with them, they're not really going to trip on the missed note here or there,
Unless you're Vince Neil.
Right, exactly.
Well, that is a totally different debate.
Oh my God.
What is he saying? That's a totally different topic.
Can you turn
Yeah.
the subtitles on for that? I'm kind of.
Other end of it all. I don't know if that qualifies as swagger. That's stealing, Vince.
It's
That's
something.
robbing.
Like David Lee Roth, just as a for
Yeah.
instance, in the studio and multiple takes and mixing and all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. Once he gets on stage, maybe his voice isn't quite what you heard on the record, but he makes up for it with the high kicks and the
yeah. Sure.
You
And
can
all of
nerd
it.
out in the studio all you want, but I think that the style and swagger once you get out on stage is most important especially when you're in front of people.
Well, and these days, even more important because you can do anything you want in the studio. You can
That's
make
right.
anybody
Yeah.
Oh,
sound
right.
good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
well,
right.
that's
When you're on stage, you are vulnerable AF.
Oh
and you
yeah,
gotta
no,
bring it.
100%. But then that's kind of where it gets tricky too, because you need to have that technical skill when you're in front of people, but you need to have the swagger too, because otherwise people are going to fall asleep at a live show. But it's just like if you sound good in the studio because you're tuned to sound good,
tweaked,
and then you go live and you don't have that technical ability, then even if you have the swagger, it's not going to you're not going to pull
Or
it off.
quote unquote live, if you're singing along to backing tracks or
Right,
something
no,
like
true,
that,
true,
where
yeah.
you're just kind of like lip syncing. Hey, it
If
sounds
you're-
just like the record.
If you're singing along to a backing track, you have no choice but to have swagger. Like you have no
Right.
excuse.
100%. Yep.
Right.
Britney Spears, you get on it,
We're on a cartwheel right here in the middle of that.
Baby.
All right, well, let's get off the singers. What about guitarists? Like Joe Satriani,
Right.
amazing guitarist,
Yep.
but he's just there kicking ass on guitar, not going all over the place. What do you, like? I appreciate Joe Satriani. He's an amazing guitarist, but I'm not going to go see him live because I'm just going to sit there and just veg out. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think it depends on who you're playing to. If you're a
Yeah.
guitarist like Satriani playing to a room full of techie, nerdy guitarists, and then
Right.
they're going to be like, like having quarter chest. Right? I mean, sorry.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Can you do that again?
No. And I'm pretty sure he'll freeze frame that and it'll turn into a meme at some point.
that a meme, definitely.
we can arrange that.
That's going to be a gift. She's just going to be doing that shit.
But I mean, you're right, Jeff Beck. I mean,
Yeah.
he was the guy who all the guitarists came to go see, but you never heard about him hopping across stages and doing crazy stuff. You know?
Right.
Or Eddie Van Halen, though,
Eddie-
I
right.
mean, because there's a little bit of showman in there as
Right.
well.
Yeah,
But
but he
yeah.
changed the entire guitar game.
that's true. But
I
once he
mean-
started, you can be David Lee Roth, but when Eddie Van Halen starts playing, all the focus goes right over here.
Slight aside, you ever watch you go watch any live Van Halen clip, and Eddie Van Halen knows he's Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
just has that look like,
And he's having a damn good time.
Yeah.
And he's just cheesing it.
Oh, yeah. He's got that swagger without moving a
cigarette hanging out. I'm going to stick my cigarette in my guitar.
But you know what? Speaking of cigarettes, Swagger, I feel like made an entire career off of Slash. Slash is a great guitarist, don't get me wrong. But that guy is nothing but swagger. You watch him on stage, and he is living his own best life. He's got his hat, he's got his guitar, he's got his cigarette, he's like moving around with his fucking abs. Like, he's just, he is, Slash is a
You all right,
vibe.
you good?
I'm sorry, I just went into my, it just got really hot in here. Like, I was freezing 5 minutes ago.
It's like 45 degrees in here, and you're sweating.
I know, right? I don't.
Slash brought his A game, and now she's all heated up.
But I'm saying it's a vibe, right? It's like
Totally.
Eddie Van Halen was
Yeah,
a vibe.
right.
A Slash is a vibe. When you bring that level of just different swagger to the game. It creates something new.
And then with your guitar, you're jumping off of speakers and amps and doing the splits, Prince.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Prince is on another level.
Yeah, we can talk about all these other guys, but here's Prince up here going, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, what about Angus Young?
Yeah.
Right.
Him all over the place, swagger coming out of every pore,
doing it.
and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the technicality of all the guitars that we just said too.
Mick Jagger.
Mick
Oh,
Jagger.
my gosh.
Jagger, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mick Swagger. What was that?
But see, he can do no wrong. Like
Yeah.
that should be a debate topic. Like artists that can do no wrong. Mick is in that world for me. No matter what he sings, no matter what he does, he's Mick.
Oh, he's Mick.
Doesn't matter.
All of Led Zeppelin.
All of Led Zeppelin.
Okay, yeah. Dancing in the streets.
Robert Plant and his tight pants.
Okay, yeah. There's a limit.
Well, you were on a roll today.
Smooth knuckle. What?
Wow.
Did I say that?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I heard
Between Slash's abs
I'm
and some
telling you.
loose knuckle and everything.
Has it been a while? I mean,
No, actually, it hasn't been a while at all. But or
Jimi
maybe
Hendrix.
that's why I'm feeling it today.
Jimi Hendrix with
Chasta
Jimi
feeling
Hendrix
it.
with mad swagger. Set guitars on fire and whatnot.
right.
Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Jimmy. It will be other Jimmy.
Absolutely.
And Jimmy had the technical ability.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, that's the best of both worlds when you have swagger and technical ability. I mean, the one we're missing is Freddie Mercury. He could do it all, right? I mean,
right.
command any room he's in, no matter how large, and be one of, if not the greatest singer of all time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that guy give a bad performance?
No.
Have you ever seen him miss note?
No,
You never.
no.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Well, Steven is another level. Yeah.
She wasn't
Chasta,
ramped
you're
up enough.
sweating
You had to throw
profusely
Steven
right
Tyler
now.
into the mix.
Here's the truth. Yeah, exactly. Here's the truth. I'm using Steven Tyler in a number of other debates we're doing today, so I tried to keep him out of this one.
So it's going to be
He's
a
always
Steven
gonna be my
Tyler kind of
reference.
debate kind of day.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
Nice. So, what advice do we have to the future rock stars of tomorrow? What do you think?
Learn to sing.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Yeah.
Mine is bleed on stage. Don't worry about the technical part. I want to feel you.
Okay.
If I can feel you from up there, then we're good. You can miss a note here and there. I don't care.
Nice.
You don't have to be Ann Wilson.
Yeah,
Morris?
I like what you said about Janis Joplin because when I think about her, the other side of that, the opposite of Janis Joplin is Mariah Carey, who bores the crap out of her.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Give me soul
Yes.
all day long, and
Thank you.
Janis had it. I
Right.
love watching those old videos of her on stage just shaking,
Oh, yeah.
just going through it and
Yeah.
wow.
Have you ever seen the video of her with Tom Jones? It's hilarious.
Oh, that is great.
Oh, he's trying to keep up with her. He's like, I don't know what to do with this. Oh, 1 minute.
We got to wrap this up here. What's the big advice?
I think just you got to be well balanced and don't be afraid to put your heart out there.
Yeah.
Have the technical ability, but fucking just go for it.
Yeah.
100%.
Perfection in the studio if you must, but out there on the stage, have a great time.
Yeah.
If you're going to perform. That means sing. That means dance. That means move
Give it to
around.
'em.
That means give it all, baby. You got to do it. You got to do it right. You got to do it from the heart, and you won't go wrong if you lean into it and if you do the thing. And you do it to the best of your ability, you're going to have people who are going to appreciate it.
And maybe do some push or sit-ups in between.
Get the splash out.
Get that cardio up.
To get Chasta's attention.
Oh, Chasta's party is already up.
If you're watching this on social media, let us know. Swagger or technical ability, or maybe, I don't know, just talk about what Chasta's talking about. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Soundwaves TV. Joe Hawk here. What an incredible debate we just had. If you guys have an opinion, please let us know what your opinion is on whether or not an artist needs either swagger or actual musical talent. But enough about that. Coming up here in just a little bit, Chasta is going to be leaving the green room and going on the grid. That's right. I know Tron. But she's going to be talking with Midnight Sinfini in the first ever Soundwaves TV virtual reality interview. So stay tuned for that.
This portion of Soundwaves TV is sponsored by Longboard, the coolest hidden gem on the coast. A world-class music venue with a neighborhood vibe. Stop by for a drink or check out an awesome show. For more information, go to longboardbar.com.
Hey, want to watch Soundwaves on your big screen? Head over to the Roku channel store and download our free app, Soundwaves TV. You'll get every brand new episode and archives of every past season. do it now. We've got your next party covered.
Closed captioning for Soundwaves TV is brought to you by Green Room Music Center, offering rock camp, music lessons, a drum shop, and rehearsal spaces for rent. For more information, go to greenroommusiccenter.com.
Well, here we are, Soundwaves TV, Chasta flying through a dystopian world to do an interview. This is about to be the wildest shit you've ever seen. Chasta here with Midnight Sinfini in the set, I don't even know how to phrase it, for your new video, Wasteland. Hello, Yane, Sarah, and Julia. Thank you for having me in your world, quite literally. This is incredible. I don't even know what I'm doing or where I'm at. Walk me through what the heck is happening right now.
Yeah, well, this is our music video, and you are just in it right now. I don't think anyone has done this before, but here we go.
Yana, you're like a mad scientist. I mean, it's funny because the first time I met you, I think it was like 5 years ago, you had done at that time something really groundbreaking, which was the virtual, reality full 360 music video. And so our relationship started there, and here we are in this crazy space that's just blowing my mind. The video that you all put together for Wasteland is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
I need to understand how you do this. Dumb it down for me, please.
A lot of black magic and computer science.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the only way I'm going to understand it. It's just witchery. It's sorcery of some sort.
Yep.
That is so crazy. Okay, so when you're filming your music video, because the band is where? Like you're in a desert? It looked like you were partially in a real desert at some point. Is that right?
Yeah, so
Or did you film it?
Sarah can explain how we did it. Like it was.
Okay, Sarah, hit me.
Right. So some of the scenes are shot in green screen, but we did also film, actually drove out to Arizona and found some abandoned places that looked really cool and would fit this theme. And that's how it came about. Yana took everything that we filmed afterwards and added more on with Unreal Engine, and then this is what came out.
That's just, oh my God, it's just insane and bizarre. I'm kind of like trying to pick my chin up off the ground. That's so cool. So did you all, I'm speaking to Julia and Sarah, did you know what the plan was when you were shooting this? Had you already seen what Yane had built and you knew where this was headed? Or did you just trust his mad scientist vision and run with it?
I think a bit of both, right? He'd already done New Generation at that point. So afterwards, we knew it would be good. But there was no, there was a theme, but we didn't know it would be like this.
Yeah.
Either, right?
Yeah. The Wasteland idea, is that coming out of COVID? Was that all COVID inspired because of all the shit we've been through over the last 3 years?
Actually, no.
Really? Because it feels like it works really well.
Right. No, we wrote it before, and we actually
so
we did before COVID.
You saw it coming. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, definitely.
There is real witchery going on here. I love it. Julia, you came into the band, and I am blown away at I call it a growl. Is that the technical term? It's probably not the technical term, is it?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's as technical a term as any, and thank you.
It's incredible how you do that. I mean, it's so amazing to see somebody who's so beautiful and so feminine go into, I mean, I'm not going to try to do it. I will not do that to you, but the growl, I'll just say that. What gets you there? Does that come from your toes all the way up? And then how do you protect your vocal cords, like the technicality of it? How do you warm up for that? How do you care for your growl?
Yeah, it pretty much does come from the toes, the diaphragm, anywhere I can pull it from, pretty much. I get there through a lot of warming up and drinking water, which I did not start out doing. I would say it was kind of a rough road getting to the point where I am now. I definitely didn't do it correctly when I first tried because I didn't have any kind of like coaching or instruction. I just was figuring it out by myself, which I don't necessarily recommend people do because it took me a while to get to the point where I'm at on Wasteland and to be able to really project those deeper tones and have like a consistent and strong push from, the correct place in my diaphragm. So
yeah. I'm friends with Matt Heafy of Trivium and who does that. And I talked to him about it. And he said that he was like you, though, started out not really doing it properly, and maybe damaging, and then went to a professional and got, the right help and all that kind of stuff and started doing it the right way, because you really can do permanent damage if you're not doing it the right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm probably lucky that I didn't. But I kind of managed to bring myself on the right track, eventually and practice correctly. So,
yeah, there's a lot to love about this music video and this song. And the growl is one thing that really obviously sticks out because it's so in your face and takes over, and it's so powerful. But I love the violin that sort of balances all of it out. Sarah, I think it's so beautiful how you tie that in, because if you're thinking of a metal song and, you're thinking of growling, maybe you don't initially think of a violin to put in there, but it's so beautiful in the way that it balances out. How do you enter the fold as far as, is the song already developed and then you put your touches into it, or how does that work?
Yes, actually with this song and many of the other ones, I added the violins afterwards.
On top of everything else?
Yeah. Once the guitars were there, I kind of like wanted to add a little bit more, so I recorded some violins. Yeah.
It's pretty. I really appreciate that. It's one of the things that stick out about the song. Okay, let's talk about the video. Yanne, can you give me a tour of some sort? Can you kind of show us around this Mad Max vibed dystopian world that you got in? Your Mad Max mad scientist situation?
Yeah, so this set was basically just inspired by Mad Max and also all the post-apocalyptic stuff that we've been watching, and it kind of reflects what's going on right now. Like, some people might feel desperate or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is a virtual set, and we shot real footage, real environments, but we just embedded everything in Unreal Engine. There's not really any real shots in the video. Everything is basically on the computer, and we developed this kind of like a virtual thing that you can also be in it live, not just like doing a music video with computers. We can what we are doing now, like we can be here live. So all you see can be done live, and that's probably our next goal, to be able to play a live show. Julia being maybe in Seattle, and our drummer William is in Phoenix, and maybe we can do one day like a live show.
And we should say that because Julia, you're sitting in Seattle right now. I think in your car, you said?
I'm currently in my apartment in Seattle.
Oh, you're in an apartment. I don't want to kill Santa here, but it is fascinating how this really is and what you're seeing. And then Sarah, where are you?
I'm in San Jose.
And then Yanne is in Mountain View, and I'm in Pacifica. So 3 of us are in California, and then Julia is in Seattle. This is just, I don't even know what to do. Every time you come back to my camera, I'm all... It's just fascinating. I don't know how you're going to keep up leveling, Yanne. I know that you will. I trust that you will. But I just don't know how you pull it off. I assume you have to be the first band that's done this. I haven't seen anything even close to this. Am I right on that?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I've seen people doing live stuff like this, but it's usually not really live. It's just being recorded.
Right.
But we are actually doing this live, and this could be live streamed.
This is as live as it gets. Holy crap. All right. Well, we've teased you enough with the set here. So we got to play this video. Midnight Sinfini, are you Midnight Sinfini across the board on social media?
Yes, we are.
Fantastic. Well, you can expect very high-tech things from this band. So let's get to it. Midnight Sinfini, you're watching a groundbreaking music video right here on Soundwaves TV. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
Please consider helping us continue our mission of lifting and supporting independent music by becoming a Soundwaves patron. In exchange, you'll be the first to see and hear all of our weekly shows, as well as exclusive content. Just go to patreon.com/SoundwavesTV.
And if you are a musician, we want to hear your jams. If you'd like to be considered for airplay on either Soundwaves FM on 107.7 The Bone or right here on Soundwaves TV, then go to 1077thebone.com/Soundwaves. It's like sliding into the DMs of your crush, but with a higher success rate.
You guys are crazy, man.
SoundwavesTV.com is your official home for Soundwaves merch. From coffee mugs to a variety of barware, hats, exclusive tees, and the exclusive Soundwaves Commemorative Challenge coin. Get all your shopping done at SoundwavesTV.com.
Hey everyone, you're watching Soundwaves TV. Chasta, Dennis, and Joey Mack here. So if you're in the Bay Area, specifically in the media scene of the Bay Area, everyone has been focused on JV for the last little while and paying tribute to him. And I know that you guys have an interesting connection to JV and some amazing video that you unearthed.
Yeah. I'll start, and then you can tell the story. We're making this movie, this documentary, so I've been digitizing footage like crazy.
Yeah.
And back in the 90s, we used to run all over the place and do remotes in crazy places for events and whatever. And I found this footage, and I was like, what is this? And then it occurred to me, like, we never finished this episode, but it was shot at Great America. Yeah. And it was us partnering with Wild 107.7.
Heard of it? Radio is an interesting world, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah, it was back in our early Soundwaves days, and we were doing guerrilla shooting all over the place, and we would go just all over and shoot. And we partnered with Wild 107 at the time, and we had a couple of different things that we did with them. We would go down. We were on the radio a couple of times with them. We interviewed a bunch of the jocks over there too, and they had this one event at Great America where they were giving away LL Cool J's Jeep. And, it was back when I think it was 15 Shots to the Dome album came out. And Backseat of My Jeep was his song from that album. And so they had his Jeep and they were giving it away. And they invited us to come down. And so we said,
Absolutely.
Let's go shoot a show.
Yeah.
And so we headed down there, and we previously met JV and Fat Joe, who were at the Doghouse at that time.
Right, yeah.
And we interviewed them down at the station downtown.
Yeah.
And we hooked up with them again at Great America, and it was some great clips, and I was like, this never aired.
I have no idea why it never happened. It was crazy. It was crazy. No, it never did. I think it had to do with the contest because we were going to get that show on the air and they gave away the contest and it slid right into Christmas show season and then it would have been stupid to show that.
Yeah.
After 2 months later or something. I don't know. I don't remember what 1996
reason.
Dennis was thinking.
Yeah, but for some reason it never aired. But Dennis unearthed it when he was doing movie stuff, and it's just it's amazing footage, and
That's
just it's just something that has never been seen by the world ever before.
So we should watch it, right?
We should.
Yeah,
we should.
Let's do it.
Let's check it out.
Welcome back to Soundwaves. We are here at Paramount's Great America,
what's
and I'm
up,
with
baby?
Big Joe and JV from the Doghouse.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, how the hell did you guys get LL's Jeep? That's what we want to know.
You know what? Don't tell the people back here between you and I because you are the host. That's the host.
And you guys are the people.
Listen.
This is the truth.
It's not really LL's Jeep.
It had a torn
tarp that we had to fix.
The
I mean, we
rims
bought it
and
used
tires
out of the
got
paper. It
fixed
could be
in
your
San
uncle's
Ho,
Jeep,
East
right?
Side.
So we fixed it up, and we're trying to pull a fast one like
This
we
guy
always
named
do.
Aladdin did the
You know,
plane,
radio.
but hey.
You know, radio contests. They're all fixed.
But hey,
It's not
you got
LL's
all
Jeep.
these clowns out here thinking that they're gonna get LL's
And
Jeep.
you know what? These suckles will go for anything.
There you go. Just pull.
I mean, they're believing that you. I mean, they're believing you.
you're the host of this show.
I know.
I mean, like Bone Studs is next.
Hold on, let me tune this in a little.
Hey, what about this one? Boom. I'm just kidding.
Okay, now the crank calls. You piss a lot of people off on the air. How do you guys feel about all that?
I love it. I love to. It's you know what? It's sparking emotions, ain't it, Joe?
Sorry, you said emotions and I just get all wrapped up.
It's no, we do it in fun. We're not trying to make people mad, but
And it's somebody else doing it to somebody else. They're just,
Exactly. We are just the vehicle upon which people jump on so that we can carry them from point A to point B.
Exactly.
To point C. D, E.
How you doing, buddy? I'm just kidding. No,
that's
funny.
That's actually the funniest part. One of the best part of the show.
Oh, you don't like the guy on the streets?
The guy on the streets is okay.
It's
Wait,
all right.
Who's that moron?
We're trying to replace him.
That's me, jerk.
Oh, I'm Joe. Boxing. How long you been boxing now?
Actually, I fought 3 times. I'm 3-0, but I've never boxed like as far as just street, whooping ass.
No
on the
kidding,
corners.
no kidding.
James Lick High, Story and White.
I think he's
What's
calling
up,
you out. I
Eastside?
think he wants to fight, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down right here. In this corner, weighing 300 pounds, it's Big Joe Lopez. And in this corner, it's Little Joe, about to go down.
All right, we're gonna get.
Thank you.
We're gonna get our next video once you announce it to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here. Days of Our Lives, check it out.
Thanks a lot, guys. No problem. That's great. That's great. Soundwaves, I'm Joe McCaffrey, and we are back.
Oh, sorry, I was all in your ear.
We're back with JV here. Our next video coming up is from Tupac, and JV, I remember when Tupac died, you had this real eloquent speech that you said on the radio. Where did that come from?
Honestly, it came from my heart. I sat down over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and wrote it. We have a lot of young people listening to our show, and it's important to tell them that they have to make right choices. And I wasn't there to condemn Tupac, his lifestyle, but examine. If that's your hero, just examine the lifestyle he lives, because we heard the message that he had in his music. And for whatever reasons, he chose his paths, and I don't put him down, but examine your hero, examine the choices he makes, and think about it, and make the right choices yourself, because kids, we need you, of all ethnicities, of all colors. We need you to be our doctors, our lawyers, our fathers, the next Martin Luther King, the Barry Bonds, Jerry Rice, and I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose Tupac. I mean, when we lose anyone, it's a tragedy, but especially, I think it overwhelms us when we hear a voice, when it comes from a voice that's heard by so many. It really rocked us all, and that day I wanted to speak to the kids and put out a message to them.
So that was the first time you saw that. That's the first time it's ever been. We didn't even show that back in the day.
That's crazy, huh? Yeah. It's how many years ago was that?
27, Joe.
Wow.
You were such a baby.
I know. You want to pinch my little cheeks from Joey back 27 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, let me reach back there and give that a...
that was my
wrong.
But yeah, that's
Get
some
mine,
pretty crazy stuff, man. It's just like, and it's just it's just like, and you see what's happening now, and it's just like mind blowing,
It is.
So, of course, our thoughts go out to everybody affected by this. And, of course, we love you, JV, wherever you are. And so, that's the thing about legacy. That's the thing about, making an impact and how important that is. And you never know who you're going to touch. And obviously, JV touched a lot of people, in a meaningful way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm so glad you found that.
Yeah.
It's a nice little treasure to see.
It was. It was crazy. I'm like, we didn't even finish that episode.
You didn't finish the episode.
We didn't. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so we do have something to settle on the set here amongst the 6 of us, and that's that next week we have a remote, but not all of us are going to go. So I think we're going to...
What are we going to do? Like
I don't know, man. We could draw straws. We could do a Rochambeau. I mean, we could, we're going to figure this out.
So like half of us are going to Longboard to do a live show, right?
The other half are going to have to stay here and hold down the fort and, make sure the gear doesn't get stolen and stuff like that. So
yeah, I kind of got a feeling I know how this is going to go.
I don't know.
That means I get to go.
My husband's playing. I'm going.
But it's a big deal.
Okay.
It's
I see what's happening here.
Soundwaves is presenting this show, and it's awesome.
You put this show together, to be fair.
Sure.
So you should,
yes.
you're going to have to be there.
Okay. All right. So.
That's 2 out of the 3.
We're talking State Line Empire and Quarter Blood Technique and
Corvus
Lore, fresh off the stage with Tesla. They're taking off. So it's going to be a hell of a show, or was a hell of a show, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
For some people,
I'll be enjoying it from the studio. Apparently,
I know nothing. We'll figure that out, guys.
Stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Until then.
So Steve, Joe, and Joe will see you here in the studio next week. Apparently.
Wait, how did I get drawn into this?
Low man on the totem pole, buddy. Sorry.